Hi, and welcome everybody to the Women in Data Science Conference. I'm really excited to be part of this. I know you guys are near the end of the conference, but this is really one of the highlights of analytics at Wharton. My name's Eric Bradlow. I'm professor of marketing and statistics here at the Wharton School. I'm also the vice dean of analytics, and I started the first ever center on analytics as part of the Wharton Customer Analytics Initiative. It's hard for me to believe 15 years ago. If you had told me that 15 years later, one of our flagship events with student participation, participation of centers, participation of faculty would be one on women in data science, I would tell you this is one of the most important things that we've done at the Wharton School. So what I'm hoping to do is just to spend a few minutes to give you a background about analytics at Wharton, to tell you where we are, to tell you where we're going, and hopefully to build your excitement about all of the opportunities for students at analytics at Wharton. So first, let's start with just the nuts and bolts of the center. It turns out there are 7 different centers that sit under the Analytics at Wharton brand. The first one is one of our newest centers on AI for business. As artificial intelligence drives all businesses today, we have a center now that focuses on the use of AI for all kinds of business applications, obviously teaching students both the tools and methods, but also, as I said, their use in business. And this is run by my colleague Kartik Hosanagar, who's a professor in our Operations, Information, and Decisions Department. Customer analytics, all 7 of these obviously are near and dear to my heart. This is actually the center that I started with my colleague Pete Fader 15 years ago. We ingest data from different corporate partners and share them with academics and students to help students learn analytics by doing analytics. This is run by my colleague Raghu Iyengar, who's a professor in the marketing department. The next is probably the one that many of you may have seen in the news the most. This is run by Kent Smetters in our Business Economics and Public Policy Department. Penn Wharton Budget Model works with government organizations to make forecasts about policies. So imagine the Biden administration is going to make a policy decision. They may work with Janet Yellen, our new Treasury Secretary, or with other governmental organizations to give forecasts of the implications of this for people, for the budget, for policy. People Analytics is one of our most successful centers, co-run by many of the faculty, Adam Grant, Cade Massey, Angela Duckworth, and Katie Milkman. It's basically the application of analytics to all kinds of issues in HR, training, improvement of the quality of employees, etc. The next one is run by my colleague Michael Platt, who's one of our Penn PIC professors, Penn Integrates Knowledge professors, who sits in both marketing, neuroscience, and psychology. It's the application of brain science to businesses. And as you can imagine, from a data perspective, brain data is time series data, 3-dimensional voxelized data, and using that kind of data to help businesses improve makes a lot of sense, and that's what they're doing at the Wharton Neuroscience Initiative. The next one is Wharton Research Data Services. Wharton is a data vendor. We get data through all kinds of sources, both in finance, marketing, etc., and we sell it and share it, if you'd like, to academics and students throughout the world. And last but not least, this is the next one, Wharton Sports Analytics Business Initiative, WASABI for short, which is co-run by Cade Massey and Adi Weiner, is a center that is near and dear to my heart because of my passion for statistics and my passion for sports. It's teaching analytics through the lens of sports. And there's lots of opportunities, including summer programs, research opportunities for students through WASABI. So as you can see, we're trying to have centers that are industry agnostic and focus on all areas of analytics. So how can students get involved with analytics at Wharton? Well, the good news is there's a lot of opportunities. The first one is we offer online modules and technical workshops. Also, there are 4-credit undergraduate and MBA courses. It's hard for me to believe, but the Wharton School now has over 60 courses, 60, that are R and Python-based courses, both at the undergraduate and the MBA level. The second part is you can get involved with clubs, with speaker series, with career treks, with conferences. As I always say, students follow the jobs, students follow where learning is most. And so we've now created career fairs, job treks, speaking opportunities, big events, and I hope you get involved with all of these. And last but not least, this was kind of the impetus for starting analytics at Wharton and customer analytics 15 years ago, is you don't learn analytics by listening to a lecture on analytics, you learn analytics by doing analytics. So we both have a student data portal where you can use data for your classes. We have student projects, or sometimes for the short ones, we call them datathons that can be 1 day, 1 week. We also have projects that last a month. And we also, for those students, I remember I was a Wharton undergraduate one day back in the day, where you could actually get involved in research opportunities. So last but not least, they say you're not real until you have a building. Well, now analytics at Wharton has a building. So we're proud to announce that in January of 2021, so just this month, the future of analytics is real. This is a building that's attached onto the back of Steinberg Dietrich Hall. Both the statistics department, so my colleagues in statistics, are located in this building, as well as analytics at Wharton. And we hope that this ends up being a hub on Penn's campus for all of the analytics-related activities. So last but not least, I want to thank you. I want to thank all the students for participating in the Women in Data Science Conference. I want to thank Wharton Customer Analytics and Analytics at Wharton for helping to run this conference, and thank all my colleagues and faculty for being a big part of it. As I said before, the Women in Data Science Conference is a highlight of our year. We're very interested in diverse sets of people becoming thought leaders in analytics, and this is a big part of that. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy the remainder of the conference.